Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about something that's, absolutely critical for any tech company, and that's the internal tools your developers are forced to use every single day. We're going to explore a mindset shift that can take these tools from being a total nightmare to a massive competitive advantage. All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to really think about this for a second. The last time a developer on your team needed to use an internal API, what was that like? Was it a launchpad, a smooth, intuitive experience that just shot them forward? Or was it a labyrinth, a confusing, frustrating maze of dead ends and cryptic clues? Be honest with yourself. For way too many of us, it's the labyrinth, almost every time. And that experience, that labyrinth, it points to a huge problem that so many companies just completely ignore. The very tools that are supposed to speed everyone up are ironically the biggest things holding them back. And we're not talking about a small annoyance here. We're talking about a silent killer of productivity and innovation. I mean, we've all been there, right? You just need to pull some simple piece of data from an internal service. But, oh, the documentation hasn't been updated in 6 months. The error messages look like someone just mashed their keyboard. And trying to find the team that actually owns the thing, forget about it. What should have been a 10-minute job suddenly turns into a 3-hour scavenger hunt through old Slack channels and forgotten wiki pages. This is more than just frustrating. It's an enormous drain on your company's most valuable asset, your developers' time and focus. So how do we break out of this trap? Well, the answer isn't just write better code or add more comments. It actually requires a pretty fundamental shift in how we see things. We have to start thinking about our internal tools not as just lines of code, but as actual products. And this is really the heart of it all. It's what we call the API product mindset. And the idea is simple, but it is totally revolutionary. You stop treating your internal APIs like one-off technical chores that you just have to get through. And instead, you start treating them like living, breathing products that have a very real and very important group of customers, your own developers. And when you put it side by side like this, the difference is it's night and day. On the left, you've got the project mindset. The whole point is just to close the ticket. Ownership is fuzzy, and as soon as the code is shipped, it's basically forgotten about. But now look at the right. When your API is a product, the whole focus changes. The goal isn't just to complete a task. It's to create an amazing developer experience. There's a dedicated owner, a real roadmap, and it's always evolving to solve real problems for its users. It's a total game changer. Okay, so the mindset makes sense, but how do you actually do it? Let's get into the playbook. This isn't some kind of magic. It's a discipline, and it's built on 3 pillars that are completely non-negotiable. So here they are, the 3 pillars of excellence for any internal product. Number 1, world-class documentation. Number 2, rock-solid SLAs, which are your service level agreements. And number 3, constant active feedback loops. Seriously, if you can get these 3 things right, you are 90% of the way to building something that your developers will actually love using. Let's dig into documentation first. This can't be some afterthought you quickly write up on a Friday afternoon. Your documentation is the user manual. It is the entire onboarding experience. Here's a good test. If a new developer can't find your docs, understand what your API does, and make a successful call in under 10 minutes, you failed. It has to be easy to find, clear to read, and absolutely packed with copy and paste examples for the most common use cases. All right, next up, SLAs, or service level agreements. Think of this as your promise to your users. It answers all the crucial questions like, how reliable is this thing, really? What kind of latency can I expect? And who do I call when it inevitably breaks at 3 in the morning? Defining and publishing an SLA builds an incredible amount of trust. It's you telling your internal developers, hey, we're serious about this service. You can depend on it. Go ahead and build your own critical apps on top of this. And pillar number 3 is all about feedback. Remember, your developers aren't just your coworkers. They are your most valuable customers, and you have direct access to them. So you have to create official channels to hear what they have to say. Spin up a dedicated Slack channel, run regular surveys, host office hours. Their frustrations, their pain points, their brilliant ideas, that stuff shouldn't just disappear into the void. It should be the number one thing that drives your API's roadmap. Okay, so now let's level up. Let's apply the same mindset to a much trickier situation, the multi-cloud world. For any architects or senior platform engineers out there, this is where the whole API as a product thing goes from being a nice idea to being absolutely essential for survival. Just think about it for a minute. Your company is running stuff on AWS, Azure, and GCP. The absolute last thing you want is for every single application developer to have to become an expert in these subtle, infuriating differences between each cloud's security policies or storage APIs. No way. The goal of a great internal platform is to build a beautiful, consistent layer on top that just hides all that complexity. Your internal APIs, they become the company's shared language for infrastructure. And this right here, this is the holy grail. Just look at this example, a simple authentication API. A developer needs a token, so they make one easy call, post get token. They have no idea if the service handling that request is running on AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. And you know what? More importantly, they don't care. The call is the same, the response is the same, the developer experience is identical. That is a powerful internal product. It takes the absolute chaos of multi-cloud and turns it into a simple, elegant experience for your developer. So why do all this? Why go through all this trouble to treat an internal tool with the same care and attention as a customer-facing product? Well, because the payoff isn't just big, it's exponential. So what do you actually get out of this? Well, when you do this right, your developers start building things way faster because they're not fighting their own tools anymore. Your whole system becomes more reliable because the expectations are clear. Your multi-cloud strategy actually gets simpler. And honestly, you keep your best engineers from quitting because you're giving them professional-grade tools to work with. You're building a foundation that can adapt and evolve for years to come. And that really just gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Sometimes the most impactful, the most valuable products we can possibly create aren't the ones we sell to customers, but the ones that empower our own teams to build amazing things faster, better, and frankly, with a lot more joy. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. What if you started looking at your internal platforms not as a cost center you have to minimize, but as a strategic asset you need to invest in? It really makes you wonder, could your company's next breakout product actually be an internal one?